And welcome back to the Res 2 Podcast, the only podcast that tells you to pay your rent. He's Eric and I'm Owen. What do we talk about today?
Today, we are talking about the announcement of a new game from one of our favorite franchises, if not our favorite franchise. I am talking about Super Mario Party Jamboree. This was just recently announced at the Nintendo Direct. That was 2 weeks ago now.
Yes. Probably should have done this
almost
last
2
week,
weeks.
but it's okay.
So we kind of have had some time to digest and dig in with the trailer, and kind of dig as much info as we can out of it. And so we kind of just want to talk about like things we're looking forward to, things we hope we see in it, and things that really stuck out to us in the trailer that were like, that was cool, that was special. You know, how is that going to change the way Mario Party has been in the past?
I say we care about this game being good a lot, so we're going to go pretty in depth, I think. We're mostly going to look at the boards. Those are the main things that was shown in the trailer. I know it's just a 2-minute trailer, but there's a lot to analyze, to be honest. So
yes,
there's a lot to look at. But if you enjoy Mario Party content, excited for Mario Party Jamboree, be sure to hit that like button. Help us out a lot. And if you like us, you like our channel, make sure you're subscribed. Help us out a lot. Anyways, so I have a little, both of us have a little website we're going based off of, but I guess first impressions is probably the most important thing.
Yes.
What'd you think of it? What'd you think of the trailer?
I think it looks fun. I think it's doing the things I liked graphically.
Yes.
That they've done in the more modern games. I think it's a step above what we were looking at with how's that broken? What we were looking at with Mario Party Superstars. So I think that graphically it looks great. It looks fun. It looks colorful, looks bright, which is all things you need in a Mario game.
Right.
Along with that, I do think that, I mean, just straight out the gate, these boards look like they're fun, and there's 7 boards on launch.
I know. That's the huge
7 boards on launch.
We haven't had that. And Superstars was kind of a letdown in that case. We only had 5 boards, and in my opinion, really only like 3 of them were like good boards. I thought Yoshi's Island was great. I thought Spaceland was pretty bad. I thought Peach's Birthday Cake was also pretty bad. And then I also liked Woody Woods and then Horrorland was the best out of all of them. But really, it's only 3 boards. Like when we play, we're really only playing Yoshi's Island and Horrorland. It's really the only ones we play.
Yeah.
So it got a little boring. Like those are great maps, but we've been playing those 2 boards for 3 years now. So it's nice to have nice variety. And what I like about these boards is they're playing it safe in some aspects, but I think they're also taking some risks with some of them.
I agree.
We're going to talk about each one of them individually, but a lot of playable characters. That's one thing I did really like about Super Mario Party, even though I wasn't a huge fan of Super Mario Party. There's a lot of characters, which I always think is cool. I don't really see a reason to restrict it too much. I get for Superstars as like the old celebration,
classic,
but this is like it's cool. I appreciate it.
It's so we're seeing at least 20 playable characters.
Yeah.
I mean, that's so sick. So like going down the list, you got obviously Mario, Luigi, Peach, Yoshi, Wario, Donkey Kong, Daisy, Waluigi, Rosalina, Birdo, Toad, and then from there on, we got Toadette, Shy Guy, Bowser Jr., Boo, Koopa Troopa, Bowser, Goomba, the Monty Mole. Come on.
He's hyped about that.
Mole. Spike and Ninja.
I think what's interesting, and some people have talked about this, is that there are still Bowser spaces, even though you can still play as Bowser.
Yes.
Which is interesting. That's something that Super Mario Party did not do, and I like that they're doing it here. I don't know what the story behind that is. You know, it looks like, and you look in some of the pictures of some of the boards, there's like this bigger Bowser, and he's got like a purple aura around him, I guess. That's the easiest way to say
He's got aura.
He's got some aura on him, but no, I don't really know what the thing is behind that, but that's cool. Yeah, I just like all the playable characters. I do hope, the only thing I really hope is they get rid of the stupid character-specific dice block that they had in Super Mario Party. Do not bring that back. That was bad. It was not a very good mechanic. It was pretty broken, but I don't think they'll bring that back. But anyway,
no, I think they realized that was a bad idea.
Yeah, I think they realized it's a bad idea.
I think they realized that was bad, so I don't think they'll do it again.
But characters are just a very small part of it. The
Very
main
small
meat
part.
of what if this game is going to be good is how good the boards are. So, which one do you want to start with? The
This can
retro
just go down. We can
ones,
just go
or do you want to go down
down.
the list?
Yeah, I think if we end with the
Okay.
retros, that'd be cool.
Yeah, there's not a lot to talk about with the retros, I feel like, but first up is this one was not shown in the trailer. It was just a picture of it. We have Mega Wiggler's Tree Party, and off the bat, I'm just looking at a picture of this right now. I get first board with this. I see this as like the basic
Yeah.
classic board in the game, which is a good thing because usually those boards are some of the better ones in the game.
Yeah. Doesn't
Like
look
if
like
you
it's
go,
super gimmicky.
yeah, if you go down
Yeah.
Mario Party, like the other classic ones, like you look at boards like Western and Pirate Land were basic boards. They were both really good. You have like Grand Canal from Mario Party 7, Towering Treetop or whatever it's called from Mario Party 6. Usually those are like the better boards, and this one looks like it.
Yeah.
I think the Wiggler in the middle is gonna kind of like I'm kind of looking at it, and it looks like he's gonna have like a shortcut sort of system where he's gonna
Yep.
like move around every turn and provide a shortcut for you. That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
But
I'm
yeah,
seeing that. I'm seeing
yeah.
a lot of Woody Woods type, just like vibes from it. Like that's kind
Mhm.
of like what you can see straight off the bat. It's in the woods. There's like a dark forest part. I'm guessing that there's probably, I don't really see it, so I don't know if there's a boo over there, but it's definitely
Probably
a
is.
spookier area. And it also
Maybe
looks
that
like there's
little
some looks
purple
like
house on the top right could be the boo, unless it's an item store. I don't know if you know what I'm talking about.
I see it.
But
I see it.
um
I don't know, but it looks like there's probably going to be some cool like little events here. It looks like there's a lot of event
mhm.
spaces. So there might be some cool stuff going on. Maybe some cool mechanics, and so I'm excited
Right.
to see how it turns out since it's something we didn't get any glimpse of really in the trailer.
No, it'll be pretty interesting. There's not a lot to talk about with this one just because we didn't see like gameplay or anything of it. I would say there's like the piranha plants that are kind of hanging out on the board with a happening space next to them. You probably step on them, you probably lose some coins. It's a pretty traditional Mario Party thing, but no, I mean there's really not a lot to talk about with this board. Like I said, layout looks really simple, like it's just like a kind of a big circle, really. With
Yeah,
like a couple branching pathways. Yeah, I think it'll be a good board. It'll probably be like I said, it'll be basic, and it may not be as chaotic as something like Yoshi's Island from the last game, but the basic board of this map, I think, of this game will be pretty solid.
yeah. Next up, we got
So
Roll'em Raceway. Looking at this board, this looks like it's gonna be fun. It
I
looks like there's a lot
yeah,
of moving parts to it. It looks like there's a lot of different paths you can choose.
I'm
Um,
I'm gonna be honest. I'm not super excited about this board.
really,
Um, it looks pretty linear, and I don't really like linear boards. Um, Big reason why I don't like Peach's Birthday Cake because you're just going in a straight line for the like. There's really nothing like you,
there's a lot of paths here, dude.
but they're
I'm
only like
looking
don't.
at
Yeah,
I'm looking at like
yeah.
4 options.
I think it's there's like two splits across the bottom and the top. I think that's it, unless I'm mistaken. Just looking at the picture. Um, I don't know. It's going to be an interesting board. This is like remember when I was talking about in the intro. I was like, we have some gimmicky boards. I think this one's going to be kind of like a gimmicky board, but it'll still play like a traditional Mario Party board. It's not like it's going to be doing anything too crazy.
What I'm seeing right here is I'm seeing some special spaces that I'm intrigued on what they might be.
I did
Uh,
see, I did see this. They will. I was watching it. Somebody talk about it. So it looks like they're going to swap, or they're going to shoot you to another spot on the map. So there's like a green one. There's like two green spaces. So people are saying that it'll like shoot you to the other green area, and then there's like blue spaces. Like a blue area is what I'm saying. It's a little confusing, but I think it'll just shoot you to a different part of the board rather.
yeah, that might be it.
So
I think like I said, I think this looks like it's going to be a pretty energetic map in my
mhm.
opinion. I see like crowds there. That's kind of fun to have like a crowd watching you.
Yeah,
I like the colors for it. I like the hills in the background. I think there's a lot of cool stuff that makes me excited about this. So yeah, I'm excited about it personally.
I don't know. I just don't like super linear boards, and maybe I'm wrong. Just looking at it, it doesn't. Maybe it's like there's some other cool mechanics. I also will say, this board has what was the dice? It was the 4 dice block. I forget what they called it in the trailer, but I'm assuming that item is going to be exclusive to this board because it looks pretty big. But just a little context is they introduce an item. I forget what it's called, but you can roll 4 dice blocks on this board. I'm assuming it's
imagine getting a regular roll on that.
Yeah, that'd be you get a 9.
4 2s.
Yeah. 4 1s. That'd be terrible.
Awful.
I wonder if you would get like extra money, like a lot of extra money since you got like if you get matching, since you get it for doubles and triples.
Yeah.
That'd be pretty cool. No, I think this board would be cool. I just want to see it like if it's I just want to see it. I just want to play it, before I judge it a little bit more, I should say. But I think it'll be pretty solid, I don't think it'll be I think I get like when I look at it, I'm like, it's probably going to be pretty good, but nothing like it might be the worst out of the new ones. We'll see.
Yeah.
But next up, we have probably the one I'm the most excited for. And I'll tell you why.
This looks fun.
Goomba Lagoon. And I think the best way to describe this board, I know you don't have a lot of experience with it, but it looks like a board straight out of Mario Party 6. And the reason why I say that is the tide changing is kind of like the day and night cycle from Mario Party 6. Where in that game, every time it would turn to day or night, it would change the board. So like you had to go different paths or you have to go down a different route or like something else would change. That's what I'm getting at from this board. So this board is like peak GameCube Mario Party board, I'm super excited for this board.
Yeah. To me, it looks like almost a mix between a Bowser board and Yoshi's Island. That's kind of where I'm sitting at with it. It looks like we were talking about earlier. There's a lot of branching paths here. It looks like we're gonna have some options. It looks like we're gonna have some cool plays we could put together. That's something like I feel like people that don't like actively play Mario Party, they don't think about making plays in the game, which I think is really interesting. Like when you talk to somebody like, yeah, Mario Party, I mean, it's fun, like it's kind of cool. And I'm like, have you ever like played it? Like you ever like thought like you gotta like thinking 5 turns ahead? I think that's something you'd be able to do with this board here. In order to put together, really cool plays.
You can look ahead and be like, oh, the tide's going to change next turn. Or like in a couple, or like maybe it's like a 5, I don't know how long. It might be every other turn the tide might change. We're not too sure yet, but like you can like time up where you're going to be at. It's like you don't roll like your double dice, you wait to use it so you can take advantage of that. But no, there's a lot of plays on. It's a big open board with a lot of decisions. So it's going to be like that. It's going to lead to a lot of those type of plays that Eric was talking about, but it looks like a couple item spaces. There is a boo on the ship.
Looks like a ghost ship.
We can really look at this one. They went in pretty good detail about this board in the trailer, so it's easy to kind of tell. There's that like Goomba volcano thing on the top. Don't really know what that's going to do in the trailer.
It looks like there's some sort of space on top. It looks like there's not like a normal space. It looks like there's just something up top. So what that is, I don't know. Maybe it's some kind of counter, like we see in maps like Spaceland. So cool. Don't know what it is. Maybe it's like a chance. Like what if like at some point you go up there at just sometime random in the game when somebody passes it, it shoots out lava or something like that. Another thing we see on the second ship that's wrecked is we see 5 chests with 2 event spaces in front of it. Now, I'm wondering if that would play out like an item mini game, as to where like they swap around, or maybe it plays out more like the seeds in Peach's birthday cake, where if you land on one of the spaces, you pick one, and they all have something different in it, and once you pick it, it goes away, and so it kind of just works its way down.
That would be a cool gimmick, especially if it was like one of them has a star and it's like it doesn't reset until somebody gets the star, or something like that. That would be pretty cool. Going back to the volcano thing real quick, I thought of there's in Mario Party 1, there is the Bowser board in that map. There's a volcano type thing. It's in that board where it's like every if somebody lands on it, it switches the blue spaces to red spaces.
Mm.
Which would I doubt that'll be on this board, but it's something to note. But there's also
The
zip.
thing I was thinking of with it though is it looks like it's not a space you can land on. It looks like something you just pass.
It's like an event. It's like a lot of the
Yes.
GameCube Mario parties did that. That's also why I kind of think this is like a GameCube board, because it's like a lot of the GameCube maps would have like interactable things, not like boo or item spaces. It's like
Right.
I could go
Almost like
down the
mini
list of
games
examples.
sometimes too.
Yeah,
That
like
has some
there'd be like
interesting.
mini games, or like maybe you can like pay a couple coins to go across the map or something like that. That's what those
Yeah.
are. That's what pure. That's like that screams Mario Party 6 and 7 to me, which are like two of my favorite Mario parties. So I'm super down for this board. There's also like some zip lines to go across. I'm assuming those are going to be easier ways to get around when the tide's up. I think there's a lot to go into in this map.
Yeah.
This looks like this is the map I'm the most excited for out of the probably out of the whole package. I'd say out of the new ones, but in general, because like we could talk about this when we get to the retro ones. Like I'm super excited to play those old maps again, but I'm way more excited to play new Mario Party boards. We haven't had new good quality Mario Party boards like this probably since Mario Party 7, because 8 doesn't count. 8 stinks. Since Mario Party 7, and it's like it's really exciting. So like this board looks amazing.
Yeah. And I think the next one's the one I'm probably the most excited for.
That's fair. I'm very excited for this one too, which we have Rainbow Galleria.
Dude, looking at this straight off the bat, it's colorful. It's gonna hold my attention. It's something that like I think this is something that I don't know. I don't think people think about this. This is a board that people can relate to. We've all been in malls. We've all been in shopping centers.
It's
like
such
this is something we've been to.
It's such a good idea for a Mario Party board.
As compared to like in a deserted island or a lava place, or like this is like a real deal tangible thing, which I think is fun for me. But there's so many spots to go. It's triple layered, which I think's fun. I think having that, it's gonna be like, I want to be up top the entire time, or I want to go downstairs. Like being able to pick like the route that you think has the utilities on it, the spaces that you would benefit from the most.
There's so many different decisions. Like I'm just looking at it. There's so many different like intersections where you just have to pick where you have to go. I think there's also a reason why everybody's so excited for this. This board it's kind of a weird. It's a comparison, but it's why everybody loves Coconut Mall in Mario Kart.
It's fun. It's a good aesthetic.
It's a great aesthetic. That's why I'm surprised they haven't done this before. But if you look at this board, man, there's so many things to unpack here.
So much. There's like doors. You can like go into shops. Like instead of just having a shop there, like you go into a store in the mall.
The main gimmick here is the flash sale, which is, I don't know how often it'll occur. We're not too sure yet. But it'll half the price of the star, making it 10 coins. Super cool gimmick. That's kind of similar to, I'm making a lot of these comparisons because I played a lot of Mario Party in my day, but Fair Square from Mario Party 6, where every time the day or night would shift, it would change the price of the star, which is always really cool. Or no, shift to night rather. Sorry. But man, there is like, I'm looking at this. There's like a little help desk kind of in the top left of the board. This is 4th place. It probably gives something to 4th place, which is cool. There is a little Boo Bell icon. I'm assuming that's the Boo spot, or maybe you get like a free Boo Bell. That would be really cool.
Yeah. I see that. I see
there's like a stamp mechanic. When they go in depth at one of the parts in the trailer, there's like a spot where if you collect all 4, you can collect 4 different stamps rather. I don't really know what that'll mean, but it'll be, maybe it's like if you collect all 4, you get a free star, or maybe you get like a discount on something. That would be cool.
Yeah, I'm guessing that's that top right shop. I'm guessing that's the star. That's what it looks like to me, at least. It looks like it's shiny. It's got a couple stars on the front. That looks like it's probably the star shop.
I don't know. It could be. There's also, I see a star kind of like in the middle, like on the 3rd row. There's like a random star spot. Kind of on the right side, rather.
Ooh, I'm wondering. Here's what I'm wondering then. It looks like there's an event space in front of that store. What if you land on the event space and you can go in and buy a star? And then traditional Mario Party, that star moves around as it gets bought.
That'd be cool. Or if it like spawns in, or maybe you go in there and you can get like like better items or something. Like maybe there's like 2 item stores and maybe like one's like sells like premium items or whatever.
I'm wondering if that's what's across from it.
It could be. There's also right next to it. There's also I think that's where Boo's at. I would assume.
It looks like it's Boo. Yeah.
No, there's so much to unpack with this, and like I don't even really know how the flow is gonna work because I'm looking at it and it's like it's kind of wild. Like I think you go up on the right side, and I don't know, man. Like it's there's
So
so
the up
much.
yeah, the up ones are the red ones, and the down ones are the blue ones, or the pink.
That would
The
make
up ones are the
sense.
pink ones, down ones are the blue ones.
Yeah. But I mean, there's even like other like mini little shops. I know there's a spot that little in the second floor, that like little red box thing. That is gonna be a lottery, I think. You didn't
Oh,
play Mario Party 4, but there was like this gimmick in Mario Party 4 where you could spend like $5 at a lottery space and you had a chance to like win a lot of money. I
ooh.
think that's what that would be. So that'll be cool. You love gambling. Um, I don't know, man. Like I'm just looking at it. Like there's like so many little like stores or like other little places in here. It's just like, and we can even see like the first row if there's anything like behind the stairs. That might be an item shop tucked underneath the first stairs on the right side. I think
Yeah, it looks like it.
that looks like an item shop. Like it's the same thing with the Goomba Lagoon board. There's so much to unpack here. This board
There's
looks
so much to
incredible.
unpack here.
Like we have potential for like 2 easy 10 out of 10 boards, and it's like insane.
Yeah.
And I'm very excited for this. The aesthetic's awesome. Yeah, I there's really not much else to say. It's just like it looks great. So very excited for that one.
Now up next we have something pretty evil looking.
Yes.
This is a Bowser board, and it's the King Bowser board. Looking at this, I mean,
This is the board.
it's an interesting layout. It's such an interesting layout.
This is the board we probably have the least amount of information on. I know they showed both this and the Wiggler board like only as pictures, but I feel like we got more of like what the Wiggler board played like. I'm looking at this, I'm like, I don't really understand like much about this.
No.
So looking at
It's gonna have some big gimmicks. I'll say that because all Bowser boards do. All Bowser boards have
Bowser
big
boards
gimmicks.
are either hit or miss. Like you have like top tier ones like Bowser Land from Mario Party 2, and like my personal favorite Mario Party board of all time, which is Bowser's Enchanted Inferno from Mario Party 7. Love that board. But then you have your stinkers like whatever the one in Mario Party 4 was. I forget the name of it. That one sucked. And then the one from Mario Party 8, that Bowser board sucked too. So they're really hit or miss. I'm excited that there's a Bowser board because I do like Bowser boards. They're usually like those you go to there and it's like the most chaotic games, which is always fun. I can't really get anything. There's like a prison or like a jail cell on the top right.
Yep.
I think. I don't really. Who knows what that could
Monopoly.
be for.
Go to jail.
Yeah, go to jail. I think there's like some warp pipes. Kind of. Maybe that's not what that is. I don't know. I can't
If you haven't seen this board, take a look at it. The picture is really small. We really can't say anything except it looks like every time you get, looks like there's a lot of intersections, a lot of two lane paths. And like we were talking about earlier, there's this giant Bowser in the middle with purple aura. So yeah, who knows what he does? Anyway,
probably stinks. And I also want to say, real quick, you can't really make it out here. I saw in another picture of this that there is Bowser, and then there's that Bowser. So like there's two Bowsers at the same time, which is interesting. I know we talked about that earlier, but
evil clone Bowser, robotic Bowser, Ro Bowser.
But anyways, we can't really talk a lot about this board, which is kind of why I'm like pretty excited for it. But it could turn out to be terrible for all we know.
It could end up being probably the worst one here. We'll see.
Yeah,
we'll see.
So all next up, we're going classic, which I just want to point out. I don't want to be that guy, but this was totally supposed to be Superstars DLC. This was totally supposed to be Superstars DLC.
Yeah, I think they just rolled it over.
They just rolled it over. But I do hope, like Mario Kart does, I would think it would be really cool if for every new Mario Party, we got like a couple classic boards. I think that would be really
I agree.
Cool. But the first one up we have for Mario Party 1, Mario's Rainbow Castle. I think a good add. I know I just said I don't really like linear boards, but I think like Yoshi's Island, this board will be better with items.
Yeah, I agree.
I
haven't played this map a whole lot, so I don't have
yeah.
like a lot of input on it.
Visually looks great.
Visually it does look really good. Aesthetics are always pretty cool.
There's an item shop like right at the beginning there. So they kind of like amplified like the height of this board. So like you're climbing up a lot of the clouds instead of it being like flat, which is, I mean, that's just an aesthetic thing. But I say that because it kind of like wraps around here. So the start's kind of on the bottom right here. Very small board. Boo is
board in the game.
It'll be the most simple board in the game by far. Boo is kind of like in the top left, unless they moved it, but that's where he was in the original. There's like, I think there's like multiple. No, that's not chance time. I think there's like multiple chance time spaces, but I know there's not really a lot to talk about with this board because they didn't really change much with it. So the gimmick for this board, I don't know if you know the gimmick for this board, but
I do not.
So you're trying to make your way to the end, which is the middle central tower platform there, kind of in the middle there. And you can either get Toad, who in the original game just same 20 coins for a star, or it would be Bowser, and he would either take, I think he either took 40 coins or he took a star. If you have a star. I think or it was just 40 coins. It was just one of the two, but it switches. It's very similar to Yoshi's Island because it switches with happening spaces.
So yeah,
it's kind of like I kind of want to say it's a worse Yoshi's Island, because there's not a lot of decision making because there's just some points where you kind of just have to go. But with items, there might be some cool ways that you can like pull a fast one and use a warp block right before you're about to go to Bowser, which would be cool. I think I'm like, this is probably the board I'm like the least excited about. Not saying it'll be bad. I think the best way to put it, it'll have the least chance to be bad, but like I'm not excited about it, you know?
Right. I agree.
You know what you're getting with it, because unlike Peach's birthday cake, I just thought that board was just laid out really poorly. I think this is like, there's not really much you can really do with this. It's like, you know what you're getting. So it's like a relatively exciting thing, but there's really not a lot of other Mario Party 1 boards you could have picked. So
right. Could have picked Mario Party 3, 4, 5, 6, or 7.
I know. You could have you could have gave us like some of the good Mario Party 3 boards, dude.
I know.
Nice. Anyways, we have the last board. I know 7 boards.
Oh, it's
so crazy.
Looks beautiful.
We have the one that should have been in Mario Party Superstars originally. We have Western Land, which...
Thank you for making me wait, though, because it looks beautiful.
Yeah. Fun fact, I don't know if you know this. This is I don't know about the Raceway board. It's not current, but this is the biggest Mario Party board of all time. Most amount of spaces. Mm-hmm. I when I was doing research for this video, I think it said 116. So it's a big board, but I'm very excited for this to come back.
Very.
It looks great, like Eric said. But I think it's just gonna be really solid with this. There's not a lot that that's gonna really change with this board, because a lot of the new mechanics you brought into Mario Party 2 have kind of stayed over.
Yeah.
Throughout the course of Mario Party history, but like you'll have newer items in this, so it'll be easier to kind of travel around the board, because Mario Party 2 items are kind of like wonky because you can only hold one. So it'll be really nice in this to have like, multiple items. It doesn't really look too much different. Like it looks pretty similar. And that, I mean, maybe I'm missing it. We it
should be dead on, really.
We didn't really see anything on this board. Like it's just like a little picture. Like it's even a smaller picture than like the Bowser board and the Wiggler board, because like you could see the whole board mostly. You can't even see like this, like cut in half kind of.
Yeah. Here's what I'll say here. There's one thing I hope they do differently from this than they did with Superstars, and that would be to add the costumes in the cutscene.
Please. Yeah. Please add both of them.
Add the costumes in the cutscenes. I think that's like one of my favorite parts. That's one of the reasons why Mario Party 2 is my favorite. Because It
It's just a
it
charm.
adds more of a vibe to it. And then
Yeah,
the ending cutscenes are always hilarious, dude. Bowser says the funniest stuff and
I
then gets
know.
folded. It's so
It's
funny.
great. It's great. I don't think they will, but it would be awesome if they did. Um, but I mean, there's really not a lot to talk about with these retro boards. I mean, they're it's gonna be like Superstars again, which like we talked about before, some of those boards were a lot better in Superstars because they got the modern item system. Really, it's kind of like and like better mini games with them too, maybe. So, but I would say, I mean, this is insanely exciting that we have 5 brand new boards and 2 retro boards that we know are going to be good. Like, it's not like they brought back like Peach's birthday cake. I still hate that board. I talk about it a lot. Or like what's that one really bad one from Mario Party 1? Like Wario's Battle Canyon or something like that. Like something like the stinker boards. They pick some good ones.
Yeah.
So I'm pretty excited about it. I would say if I had to say overall which one I'm the most excited for, it'd probably be Goomba Lagoon, but Rainbow Gallery is like a close second.
Rainbow Gallery is definitely up there for me. Definitely up there for me.
I say we're playing one of those two first for sure. But
for sure.
Going
Mini
in, I
games.
went yeah, I was gonna say items next since we're still on the board topic. But we can talk about mini games if you want.
What was that?
What?
You there?
Yeah.
Sorry, my computer tweaked out.
Oh, okay. We are all good. Let's talk about items next because that goes hand in hand with the board gameplay. We have a lot of the ones that were from Superstars. I think all the ones that are back from Superstars. We have a skeleton key. I'm assuming that's only going to be for Western Land. I didn't really see any skeleton key doors in the other boards, which is fine. We have the mushroom, the double dice, the triple dice, the boo bell, and then the golden pipe, and then the item bag as well. Yeah. Those are the confirmed ones that are back from Superstars. There is the turbo dice. Oh yeah, Wart Block. It's a different design, so I missed it. So yeah, that's back too. The turbo dice, that's what I was talking about earlier, the 4 dice block. So I hope that's not in other boards. I hope that's only in the Raceway board.
Or maybe Western Land.
I say it could work in Western Land as well. So but looking at some of these other items, there is a yellow dice block that's probably the custom dice block.
That looks like it's the custom, yeah.
There's a conch shell, which I think is funny.
I know exactly what that's gonna be.
What do you think it's gonna be?
It's a boo bell. Not boo bell, whistle.
Oh, okay. That would make sense. I think yeah, that probably would make the most sense.
What are those called again?
Chomp call. That's what it is.
Yeah, it's a chomp call.
Chomp call. Yeah, you're probably right. And then there's this other one, which it's like a space, or it's like a circle that has like a coin icon and like a plus. That's a really small image. I can't really see that. It's like a plus icon. So you don't think you played Mario Party DS, but there were
No, I did not.
What they call it hexes, which they're like you could place on a space and they would either like lose 10 coins, gain 10 coins, lose a star, gain so it would be like you could steal from like another player. So you just throw them on a space and then you could steal. I think that's what that is, which if that is, I'm glad those are back because it's like the orbs in 6 and 7 kind of.
Right.
So I think that's cool if that's what it is. That's what it looks like to me. I don't really know what else it could be, to be honest.
Yeah, it makes the most sense in my opinion.
I think it would be cool. We didn't have that in Superstars, and I think that like that idea of like putting traps down on spaces is like a really good idea. That's like one of the best things that they introduced in the later GameCube games was like that idea of like building a board, and, like putting traps on a board. I love that idea. I think it's like they didn't want to do it with the celebration of all the old maps. So they're like, let's just put it in this new one. So no, I'm sure I'm sure there will be more items as well. Because it's
Those are
kind of
just
like
the ones
probably like,
seen in the trailer and confirmed.
yeah, there's probably like a couple more, maybe some like rare items as well. And then real quick to touch on it, most of the spaces, I think all the spaces from Superstars are back.
Except
I
they
think,
also added unlucky space.
yes, that was the other one, which is like it's like another bad space, which is good because it kind of, the lucky spaces were like, I don't want to say they're broken, but it's like you could get some good stuff from them. But anyways, we gonna touch on the mini games.
Yeah, we really didn't get a whole lot here. So it's kind of hard to talk about it.
Yeah.
So far we've seen 12 mini games, I believe.
Mm-hmm.
It looks like there's a cool rotating like survival based mini game.
That one
And
looked cool.
it looks like each different section's gonna have like walls or obstacles or things that'll knock you off. So it should be pretty fun. We've always seen boards like that. Survival boards are my favorite, or survival mini games are my favorite.
Mm-hmm.
I think it just makes a much more intense gameplay. Looks like we have a Yoshi riding one. But it's not too clear what the objective is there. It looks like maybe it's to break boxes and collect things, or
It
I
could
don't
be
know,
a
but I just
race.
think it'd be really funny to be Yoshi riding a Yoshi.
Yeah.
So
That's
if you
yeah.
know me, you know Yoshi's my main. Uh, so that'd be pretty funny. I'd like it.
Yeah, there are now I will say, this was something that they didn't really confirm in the trailers, but the motion control mini games with the single Joy-Con are optional. So you can still play the game with a regular controller. Reason why that was such a big issue is because Super Mario Party would only let you play on a Joy-Con. You couldn't use you're both the Joy-Cons or like the Pro controller. So that's cool that they
Made it an option.
yeah,
Obviously,
they made
I'm
that
going
an
to play
option.
with Joy Cons because none of the next ones is a hammer mini game. It looks like it's another timing
Hmm.
one where something keeps moving forward and you have to hit down the nails in time using your Joy-Con. That sounds like fun. It's a good timing one. It looks like it's gonna have some like depending on how hard you do it, maybe you go too hard and break it, or you go too light and it doesn't go in all the way. Um,
Hmm.
so I'm hoping something's good there. And then also there's another one. This is the last 4-player one we've seen. It's a ball roll game. It looks like it's golf almost, but instead of moving the ball, you move the ground. A lot like um, almost like what's it called? The tile one with the Koopa shell.
Oh, I know what you're talking about.
Almost like that, but instead of using
I forget the name of it.
your player to move it, you use your Joy-Con,
Yeah.
and there's like obstacles and hazards on it, and you have to get your ball into the hole.
I
So that looks like it'll be fun. It looks like it'll be
say
pretty competitive and be pretty frustrating.
I will say, although I didn't really like the boards of Super Mario Party, they had some good mini games in Super Mario Party. So I'm pretty excited about these new set of mini games. Plus, we're getting 110 of them, which
Over.
I don't know if it won't be exactly that many in the original or in the normal Mario Party game mode, but since there's like a bunch of extra modes, so it's probably like 110 including those. So it'll probably be closer to like 70 or 80, but it's still a lot. But we also have a 1 versus 3 mini game, which is a big bullet bill kind of like going towards the screen where there's like a platform of the 3 other players. This one reminds me of the bowling one from 1 and
Yeah,
2. Um,
yeah,
I forget the name of it. I think it's
that's a
just
good
called Bowl
mini game.
Over.
Yeah,
I think that's what it's called. But there could be a lot of cool strategies with this. I don't know how one-sided it'll be. Um, we'll have to see when it comes out, but it looks pretty one-sided, so we'll see. And then we also have a 2v2 mini game, which is a cool idea. It's like an arm wrestling machine almost, and it's going to be a pure masher. So that means whenever we play, whoever is on Erick's team is going to win. So,
what can I say? I win.
but no, it's a very classic Mario Party gimmick right there. Very classic Mario Party mini game. It's just a 2v2 masher. So looks pretty good. But I don't know if you want to touch on these like gimmick,
I
these other
don't.
modes
I
real
think it's
quick.
hard to. I think it's hard to talk about them since they're so new.
Yeah, because
So
the thing is with this game is they're marketing it as like the biggest Mario Party ever, which from just the regular board gameplay, yeah, it's pretty obvious since there's 7 boards. We like never really had that, but they're putting in a lot of these other modes, which we don't really know a lot about. The one we probably know the most about is the Coupathlon, which is like kind of like a Mario Party battle royale, I guess.
yeah,
Um,
there's 20 players,
yeah,
and it's just a straight line, and you just gotta win mini games over and over to keep progressing forward. With you use your coins to progress forward, I believe. Um,
mhm.
and so it's gonna be fun, dude. Playing that online, I'm sure that's gonna be really competitive.
Yeah. I don't usually other like the other 2 Mario or Superstars rather didn't really have a lot of other side modes, so it's cool to see that they're putting all these side modes um in the game, which I think is cool. There's this other one where you're like it's like a boss battle maybe where it's like you're fighting this big Bowser
Hmm.
in a city with like a cannon or whatever. There were boss fights in Mario Party 9 and 10. They weren't very good. So I don't really know what this will be. It could just be its own little exclusive mode, or maybe it's like I don't know. It looks like it's in the Coupathlon mode because there's 20 people here. So I don't know. Be interesting. So yeah, I think that's pretty much everything to talk about here.
Yeah,
It comes out the 17th,
17th
so
of
very
October.
soon. Um, I'm super excited for this, man. I've been wanting a new original Mario Party. Like Superstars was nice and it was awesome, but I've been wanting new Mario Party boards for a while now.
Yeah, yeah, dude, I'm super
So,
excited.
but let us know if you are excited for the game down below, and maybe what board are you the most excited for? Because there's really a good option, or there's a really good case to be excited for like any of these boards. To be honest, all of them look quality in their own right. But I think that is all from us today.
Yeah,
We hope you enjoyed and all that good stuff. And
and
yeah,
remember, pay your rent.